This is Scott Becker with the Becker Private Equity Podcast. And today we'll start with a quote and concept. And it's really a concept from Michael Porter. I think Peter Drucker said something very similar. And they said that the essence of strategy is deciding what not to do. And one of the things in life is you pursue various different goals that you're trying to make work. There's different signs that you should choose that this is no longer the goal that you want to pursue. And again, this is a very challenging thing because there's obviously, there's two parts to all of these things. And the first concept, and this comes from a publication called Medium, is the effort takes over your life. And this is, of course, complicated because sometimes it's exactly that passion and effort that means you should continue to go forward on this goal. And it's a matter a little bit of like what that looks like and what that feels like. Is it a positive energy in taking your life, or does it feel like a stressful anxiety in taking your life? You know, I've seen this with athletes trying to run marathons, trying to do ultras, trying to do other things. I am not one of them, at least not for a very, very, very long time. But the concept being that could take over your life and do tremendous damage to your body, or if doing it in the right way with recovery and relaxation and a measured approach can be very positive. But the concept is, does it take over your life? You could see this with business efforts, certain goals, and is there a positivity and a result from it? The second is the goal doesn't align with your values. And I think this happens not too often where you sort of get into something. It might be a political type of effort on behalf of a candidate. And the more you get deeply into backing that candidate, you find that that candidate doesn't really mesh with what you think on a lot of issues or mesh with your core values and core thoughts. And we see this in different ways with different people. When you're pursuing a business idea, you don't feel right about the business. You don't feel like this is really a good thing. It's really going to create jobs, or we're just doing this and we're cutting people's jobs or whatever it is. Then it's a good chance that it doesn't align with your values. It's time to move on to the next goal. Third is you feel very stale or stagnant in this. I always marvel at people, and Dr. David Feinberg is a good example of this, who switch jobs every several years, every 5 to 7 years, and they have this new energy, this new excitement. It's a risk-taking behavior, but I think there's so much to be said for it. Lou Holtz, the famous Notre Dame coach, when at some point he went on to his next coaching job, he famously describes, look, I didn't hate coaching. I was done coaching there. And as he resurfaced, I think it was at University of South Carolina, he re-energized himself fully and got excited again. And I think it's a great perspective. Sometimes you're stale or stagnant, like you need to make a change. Nothing wrong, not bad, not good, but it's time to make a change. The fourth concept is you can't seem to make progress at what you're trying to do. That just like this is just not working. It's not getting to where you want it to go. You're not making the progress you want. You can't find a happy medium. You can't find how this fits into your life. And it just is, too challenging, too difficult. And you just not making the progress you want in finding the happiness with pursuing that business or goal that you want. And this happens as well. The fifth concept is there's just better goals to pursue. You could try as much as you want to be the best tennis player in the world. At some point, you could decide, no, I want to play extremely competitively at my level for fitness. But I better not decide I want to compete with Novak Djokovic because that's just not going to happen. And there's also this great concept of don't judge yourself by someone else's success. If someone else is the greatest at something, don't think, well, there's no reason to do this unless I could do that. Rather think, will this be fulfilling and exciting? Can I make this work? Versus this different perspective of no. It's got to be like that. Anyways, these are 5 thoughts on maybe it's time to pursue a different goal. We've got 2 of these concepts today. One is when it's time to stop a startup, and I've seen a couple people make very smart choices as to when to stop. Other people pour so much of their life savings into it that they should have stopped a lot earlier. And it's similar to this with goals and so forth and so on. I pushed so hard on something, on one particular goal, that probably tore the heck out of my knee doing so, and would have been much smarter to take a step back and find a different approach to what I was trying to do or set a different goal. In any event, thank you for listening to the Becker Private Equity Business Podcast. We love getting a chance to visit with you. If you ever have comments or questions, obviously text me, 773-766-5322. Thank you so much for joining us.